Hi guys, good evening. This video is about the change in process to record an offline payment that we receive in the showroom in the form of cash, check, and card. Largely, the process that we were following earlier was to collect the payment from the customer, issue a manual receipt, and deposit the payment in the bank. Later on, through WhatsApp group or in other form, communicate the payment collection, customer ID code details, etc. to someone. So we wanted to take a look at this particular process and find a seamless way to be able to do all of these activities and also track payments in real time. Right. So we've come up with a offline payment collection SOP. The objectives are as following. We want to record all payments that we receive in the showroom. We want to issue a digital receipt to the customer instead of a manual receipt. And we want the ability to track all types of payments at all times. And these payments can be the ones that we have received in the showroom, the ones that we have deposited, and the ones that have been approved or rejected by finance for any date range. Right? So, how do we go about recording payment online or on roster? Here's the demo. I basically go to roster.homelane.com and I largely sign in with my Google account, my Homelane account, and largely I go to. So basically now I'm in roster view. It is still loading. So once it is loaded, I largely click on the opportunities under design partner. The scenario is that I have received a payment for a particular customer and I have to record that particular payment and issue a receipt to the customer who is in my experience center. So I basically search that customer by name. Largely it should be under follow-up required bucket. Imagine this is the customer. I hover on this customer. I have an option to record payment. I click on record payment. So when I click on record payment, I can basically see, I can select the quote amount for the customer. So we see that there are so many quotes published for this particular customer. Select the right quote amount. Select the payment type. Payment type can be NEFT, check, cash, card swipe, etc. Suppose the customer has given me check in the experience center. The amount that needs to be collected will auto appear. In case you want to manually change the amount, we can do that as well. Probably customer has paid 61,000 rupees against this particular opportunity. I click on proceed. I have to enter the check number and the date of the check. I basically select the date of the check and I click on, I add the bank details, etc. for that particular check. Right? And I preview the information. If everything is correct, I largely click on submit. So this way I have largely deposited or largely I have recorded the payment that the customer has given to me. Payment is successful and I also receive the receipt of the payment that has been recorded for the customer. Customer will automatically get a particular email. In case you are in the experience center and you need to print this, you can print it using the experience center printer and share it with the customer. So this the first part of it is all about basically recording the payment for the customer if you're collecting the payment in the experience center. The next part of it is that once the payment has been recorded, obviously we have to deposit it in the bank, and after it is deposited, then only finance team can approve, reject that particular payment. So if I have to, I've collected X number of payments. Now I'm going to go and deposit it in the bank. After I've deposited in the bank, largely I can click on collections under dashboard, right? And I have three buckets: all collections, pending deposit, and deposited. I can go to pending deposit. I can see that particular opportunity for which I had to deposit the check that I've recently received. I click on mark deposit. I click on the reference number for deposit which would be issued by the bank, and I lastly click on submit. So this particular payment has now been deposited, right? And it would basically appear under the deposited bucket. Now, in case this payment gets rejected by the finance team due to check bounce or due to signature indifference or whatever reason it might be, so I can largely see all my collections here and the status of it. So this is basically pending for approval. So I can largely go and I can search. So I can largely change the filter of the uh, okay, so this functionality is yet to be built. Largely I would be able to uh, filter the status of the payment, and I can basically see what are the payments which are pending for approval. You would have a filter option to be able to filter the payments, so that you can see what are the payments which have gotten rejected in case any got rejected. So this is a small video about how we can go from recording the payment to sending the deposit information to the finance team, and if the payment gets rejected, what do we do in terms of checking for those payments. So that's about it. We are also going to make a support group in case you need any help with this. Thank you so much.